strange people in here late at night? Yes, we do.
You're gonna turn into a Goomba!
I am once again asking
For a cheeseburger!
We'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks!
Good night, and good luck.
Welcome back to the Call Him Mommy podcast, the only show on the internet where adolescent boys talk about their crippling addiction to pussy. I'm your host, Dylan Murphy, and I'm joined by my fellow hosts, Jack Landolt.
What's up?
Andrew Paolizzi.
Why is Jack, like, laughing? Oh shit, I hit the wrong button to activate my voice!
And Ryan Meehan.
This is the third episode in a row we couldn't get through the names. Dude, we can never do it.
Oh, alright.
We even had
Welcome
one
back,
person
boys.
say all four of them, and we still fucked up.
I mean, it has been a month since the last time we
We don't talk about
these
that,
things.
Dylan.
I post what the recording date is on the YouTube.
You
so
snitch.
People know. It's not a secret.
You snitch.
It's no secret.
We can't keep up the illusion that we actually, like, take care of this and do it, like, once a
No,
week.
because in episode 1 we were talking about the coronavirus just as it was like starting
Hey,
in America.
hey,
like
what did
the
I say
quarantine.
about saying the C word? What did I say?
Oh, sorry.
Hey.
The cunt virus. The
Whoa.
virus.
Oh shit, he
The
right.
teeth.
Oh shit. Alright, but since we wanna going off of your beautiful, beautiful intro you've done, do we want to talk about our favorite day trading superhero? Wait, Andrew, how much do you know about this?
What's the topic again?
So we're talking about I just wanted to briefly talk about David Portnoy, one of the co-owners of Barstool Sports, and his recent antics in day trading stocks.
Lovely, lovely Barstool.
Davey Day Trader.
Yeah, and his new alias, Davey Day Trader.
Man,
My favorite Pirates of the Caribbean character.
Stomp.
Are we allowed to curse?
No, I mean,
Are we allowed to curse on this?
yeah, of course. Swear words.
I
are-
literally just said cunt 5 seconds. There's 2 fuck words in our intro, so yes.
Dude, there's two big.
Andrew, haven't you been in an episode?
We swore a lot in the last episode.
You've been in both.
I'm like 90% zoned out, like, whenever we record this shit, bro.
We can tell.
I'm playing, like, Total War in the background.
Oh,
That's
he's
beautiful.
he's
That's
he's
beautiful to
that's Nirvana. That's Nirvana achieved.
Total War and retards.
So
It's a good night.
after we uploaded the first episode, I got a call from one of our friends, and he was saying, he gave me a couple pointers. He said it was a really good first episode, but you guys had the word retard in it, and I'm like, dude, like the person who called me, I was like, dude, you say retard with us when we hang out.
Like, Okay.
Yeah, it's a little mean, but I don't know.
it's
the
not
R word.
directed at anybody.
Yeah, we're the retards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're calling ourselves retards here. We're not, no, it's stupid. Anyway, the day trader man, what's he up to?
Well, for starters, I think he's now down like $1 million because of his deal with. I want to fact check myself real quick and say it's like Penn National,
Penn National.
something like that.
I think it's Penn National. Yeah. But let's double check.
Yeah, I'm gonna fact. Basically, it was like a Pennsylvania-based esports sort of company, and he invested a shit ton of money in it with Barstool Sports and lost like all of it. Not to mention he also accidentally bought 580 stocks or shares in Amazon instead of selling them like he intended to. He just hit the wrong button.
That's a yikes.
This man and he's just the king of stonks, in my opinion.
How do you press the wrong button? There's literally the buy button and the sell button.
Yeah, they're
There's
two
a big
different-
green button
Hold
and a
up.
red one.
Explain what he did first, just to get some context.
Oh yeah, context is important.
Here, wait. I'm trying to find the article that we were reading before, and I cannot find it, and it was funny as hell. Did someone send it? Fuck it. basically, I'm gonna try and recall it from my memory as best I can, and then we'll put a disclaimer up if I'm just completely wrong. But from what I remember, he was trying to, with Barstool Sports, get more into the esports arena, which I just think is funny because I feel like, you know, you don't get the Barstool vibe from watching like a pro Overwatch game.
Yeah, Barstool is the complete like antithesis to like watching League, like a League fucking competition.
Dude, I'd love to watch like those dudes from like the Talladega Speedway at like a League game.
Oh god.
Show me your butthole. Just like sitting they're just screaming at like these small frail little Korean boys. Show me your butthole.
Butt pussy.
Jesus Christ, man.
God. Speaking of which, to plug another channel, All Gas No Breaks. Go watch it.
Oh,
yes,
God.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful YouTube channel.
Beautiful
Yeah,
man.
Make sure to put their plug when we're talking about like young Korean buttholes. We'll appreciate that one.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm just saying, I find myself liking more to the esports vibe, and it's definitely not the same vibe as like, I'll say normal sports.
Yes.
It's a way different sort of atmosphere. It's way lamer.
It's so sad.
It really
so sad.
It really is, but I do find myself participating in it quite often.
Yeah,
A lot more
no, there's a
incel
difference.
manifestos and full body pillows than, let's say, tailgates and delicious.
I love
silly
XQC.
Juice. At least, God. At least, like football players get like laid.
Hey man,
And gamers don't. What are you
Bro,
trying to
those
say?
esports guys.
what are you saying
all
about
I'm saying is
gamers?
They do
No.
get some
Firstly,
pussy.
the contracts they sign with these esports teams are so restrictive. They do not have time for that shit. They wake up and they go straight to their computer, and if they don't develop carpal tunnel, they're lucky.
Yeah, it is.
They crack open a can of orange juice, sprinkle in some Cialis, and start fucking games.
That's how you have to get through the day on a pro Overwatch team.
Take a bump off their Alienware and get fucking started.
Dylan, do you remember us watching that? Do you remember us watching that documentary about Burnout within esports? That was a crazy thing to watch.
It's like, well, we have that here. We have that in LA now with like the TikTok like hype houses and shit. It's like that, but it's a bunch of Korean gamer boys living in the same house
like that.
together.
Okay. I'm sorry. Can we backtrack? Did you just say there are burnouts in TikTok?
There are, and it's really funny.
Someone explain how that works.
It's the same way with like YouTube. They just get tired of doing it.
Yeah, like those people, like, you know, like the sociopaths who do daily vlogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
that shit would
Well, with
suck.
any like creative thing, you could burn out. Not even create, like just working like on anything in general. Like the minute it becomes a job to you, you're more susceptible to like being tired of it and burning out.
yeah, I
You know,
guess.
Sometimes I'm playing too much fucking Total War, and I'm just like, shit's a chore, man. Being that goddamn good at this game.
It's not the
Oh
same
my
anymore.
God.
Get good, man. This shit sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was weird because I never really associated like. I just think it's funny when it's people who are like 24 years old and they're considered like old for the gaming community.
Yeah.
Like they seriously phase people out quicker than the NFL, which is really funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There are
that's what I was
people
about
who,
to say
like,
that to be honest.
Have retired from like esports, like League of Legends esports. Like I remember one player, Dyrus. He fucking just retired at like 25.
Yeah, it's like and a lot. The craziest thing is a lot of them can afford to do that.
Yeah.
Like if you get like.
Well,
really,
their bodies can't afford it. They come out
No.
of retirement looking like the fucking vultures from Splash Mountain, dude. They're fucking walking around with like fucking swoop neck and
I mean, it's,
wrinkles and fucking...
I don't know. I feel like it's better than how football players turn out in the long term. You're like a little, you know, you've lost a little strength in your lower half because you're just sitting all the time, and you have really bad aches in your wrist and back due to bad posture at a gaming computer. But like, you know, football players get like serious brain damage.
Nah, but they're in shape at least.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
but
that's
football
also
players
another
are also
thing.
like
they
they're
could recover fast.
Yeah, well, I
Game-
mean,
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, in addition to the fact that, like,
They're more
There's-
built to do harm with their head injuries.
yeah, well,
come on.
like the head injuries are bad, sure, but like objectively they are like healthier people in a
Yeah,
sense because they
but
just,
no,
they, you know, they all look like gods.
Not to downplay
Yeah.
those brain injuries. That shit's fucking crazy.
It's so bad.
Antonio Brown
Yeah,
got
they're
hit
just
so
drooling
hard
in
by fucking
wheelchairs,
Vontaze
dude.
Perfect
It's like
that
a
he
ass.
literally bounced between 3 teams like a fucking monkey and then got retired because of tweets. Like, he didn't mean to retire. He got forced out of the
The
league
only head
'cause he's a
injuries these
retard.
gamers have are from all the fucking cocaine they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just love how every single thing that Meehan just said just went through my ear. I really wish I knew more about sports because my sisters are really into football and like my dad is into every sport known to man. So like I wish I
Yeah.
was able. I'm just a dumb idiot who played video games too much growing
I
up.
don't keep track of anything, but like if I go to a game, like I'm gonna be in the game. Like I know how the game works. Like I just don't know like
yeah, I
who's
feel
the stats and who's trading who and the records and all. I'm not like I don't follow that.
I
shit
follow
religiously.
sports pretty closely, if I'm being honest.
no, I know you do.
And I enjoy
You
it.
get along better with my father than I do.
Oh, that's sad. You're sad. Stop. Ugh.
Oh, it's so fucking funny.
Wait.
My brother and I are the same way. Like neither of us. We're the only 2 sons that my father has, and we're like the biggest like, just dorks. We're absolutely nothing like him.
Back
Or
to
we?
Barstool.
Oh god, yeah, we could
Oh,
zoom
God.
back.
Sorry, Davey.
Davey,
went down
Davey
the
Day
rabbit hole.
Trader.
Davey Day Trader, yeah.
We went down a bit of a rabbit hole, but I mean, I just think his tweets were so fucking funny, but I just can't find them now, and I feel foolish.
We could talk about the like when I opened the show, the fucking caller daddy shit.
You know the most about that subject, so I'll let you.
Yeah. In the biggest twist in internet history, 2 basic bitches try to sneak their way out of a contract. They only had one. Like, if you're not familiar with the Caller Daddy podcast, it's basically just 2 girls talking about getting dick in LA or whatever the fuck they're on.
They're interesting.
A lot of relationship talk, a lot of sexy time talk, and they've built up a pretty large fan base in the past couple of years they've been around. It's got to that point where if you're on Tinder and that's one of like probably like the 5 or 6 things that pop up frequently on different girls' profiles. It's always either the office thing, the adventure thing.
Yeah, but let's not kid ourselves. That
Call
is
it
not
that,
uniquely a
daddy
girl
gang.
thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
There are
That's
some pretty vapid-eyed Ken doll looking motherfuckers on Tinder.
God.
No, I mean like the totems of Tinder.
Yeah.
If you actively pronounce that you watch The Office, you are nothing more than a piece of fucking paper. Like, Jesus Christ. Grow up. We get it.
Yeah,
Look, get it. You watch a TV show with funny 40-year-old virgin.
Oh my God.
But anyway, these 2 girls, they had they do their podcast under the banner of Barstool.
Wait, hold up. Guys, did you know Michael Scott's funny? Did you know he's funny?
Guys, he has a show. He has a funny drum show about Space Force.
God, he's
now. It's
funny.
gonna be
He's
hilarious.
funny, guys. He's funny.
He's funny. That's why he was in the movie.
funny.
He's a funny guy.
Sorry, I did not
let's
mean
not.
to interrupt.
All right, let's also not pretend that The Office was actually a good show. It's just like people are annoying about it. Like Steve Carell's legitimately funny.
It's fine. I enjoy it the same way I enjoy Friends.
Yeah, like.
To be honest.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, no, I would say that The Office is leagues better than Friends.
The Office is much better
Yeah,
than
no, but I'm
Friends.
saying I enjoy it the same way.
But
That's fair.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if this is just me, but everything about the comedy of Michael Scott just does not reach me.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't. I don't get
it's
it.
not everything. It's like really hit or miss, but it's not a bad
Yeah.
show by any means. It's just people are really fucking annoying about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, it's like it's everywhere. It's so funny. Like and don't get me wrong, I'm friends with a lot of people who really, really, really love The Office like that, and I love hanging out with them. But if it ever gets brought up, I just kind of sit there and like, I'm gonna do this out of respect, but I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair argument, to be honest.
Anyways,
Because people listen to me talk about boring shit that doesn't matter, so I gotta pay the respect back.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel that.
Dylan, what were you saying?
The Call Her Daddy podcast. Yeah, they had a contract under Barstool, and basically they
been in the news
were
twice.
they were trying to shop around. I forget if it was Barstool Sports or not. Like I'm pretty sure it was. I know it was under Barstool. I don't know what like branch of Barstool specifically, because you know there's a lot of fucking
There's
branches of
Barstool is a forever evolving branch.
Yeah.
Ugh. But yeah, they had a contract.
You sound so happy about that.
I hate Barstool, if you can't tell already. But yeah, they had a fucking contract with Barstool, and they were trying to get more money out of it. The two girls, Alex and Sophie. I forget if it was Sophia or Sophie. You could tell I really know about this topic that I'm talking about. Anyway, they had a contract with Barstool, and I think day trader Davey over here, he lowered their contract initially, I think from a year to 6 months, and he gave them a boatload of more money, and they just said, nah, fuck that. And they, I haven't seen the newest video, but I think one of the girls came out and made like a formal statement about it. Day trader Davey made, on their podcast feed, he made an announcement about what's going on behind the scenes, and he said, and I quote, he said, "In the 17 years I've been doing this, I have not met more unprofessional people that in my fucking workspace," or whatever like that.
It's coming
Something like
from
Day trader Davey.
It's coming from David Portnoy, who accidentally bought.
Yeah, that means a lot.
No,
that means a
you
lot
don't
if it's
need
coming
to
from
specify.
Portnoy.
He's the owner of Barstool.
Yeah,
fuck off.
He's really a paragon of civility and professionalism.
God, he's so funny.
Oh, by the way, I remembered one of the tweets that he put out. It was one where he said, "Went home to change my shoes and lost 200K."
Oh yeah, you did say that the other day.
Yeah.
He went home to change his shoes.
Yeah, that was the point. That was the
Fuck
weird.
off.
That was the weird part about the tweet that confused me. Is he said he went home to change his shoes.
Man.
What? He went home. He was wearing his like normal work shoes, and he was like, fuck it. And he went home and he put on his nice little loafers.
No,
Came
he
back.
definitely wasn't wearing loafers.
What was he
stepped
wearing,
back and he
Yeezys?
realized he
Yeah,
lost
no, he was wearing,
a
like,
metric
Yeezys
shit
or
ton of
Jordans.
The new Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks.
You know, the Kobe's, because he died and they want to give his family money. Sorry, you can cut that, by the way.
Are we?
Okay, bro.
Hey, we can all agree, like, rest in peace, Kobe. But we can make jokes about it. It's okay.
It's been like what, like 3 months?
Yeah, it's been 3 months. Our degenerate culture doesn't care.
How long did it take for people on Newgrounds to make funny 9/11 games?
Oh
I'd say
God,
about
yeah.
A few months.
That was just bad.
Actually, that was more like a few days. To be
Yeah,
honest.
honestly,
Yeah.
though, there's still more of a stigma around 9/11 jokes than Kobe, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fair.
I feel like that's warranted.
No, that's fair. It's fair.
Well, I feel like there's a much bigger severity between the two.
one
We
man,
gotta stop
one man
talking.
dying versus a terrorist attack against.
Hold on.
a
For
national
the
monument.
third episode in a row, we talked about Bin Laden a handful in the last episode. I'm done with pedophiles. I'm done with mass murderers, and I'm done with horrible tragedies. I'm moving
You're
away
done
from
with
it.
You're done with the funny beer virus. You're done with.
I'm done with the
everything.
C-word virus. I'm done.
Well, to bookend the Call Her Daddy shit, it's typical talent trying to weave their way out of contracts, even though they don't have talent. Like, they wanted more money for this podcast. Like, you're just talking. Like just stick with the contract for another year. And like after that 6-month period, they would have been able to shop their podcast around for more, and he would have given all the rights back to them. Which, I mean, like, it's just so stupid and annoying, and I never really liked the podcast anyway. I know it's not my audience.
That would be like
fair.
if we tried to do that. What right do we have? Just sitting
What
there
right
being
do we
like,
have
just
as
being like,
men
hey,
of America?
give us more money, and they're like, what the fuck do you guys even talk about? And we're like, we don't know, but give us money.
Speaking of which, Barstool, if you need someone to fill that spot.
Yeah, no, Barstool. If
I mean,
you're
oh, yeah.
hiring,
We
I
love
know.
you.
No,
You're our
no,
favorite.
no.
I mean,
Don't hire
I
us.
could.
Don't
I
hire
could-
us.
I
If
would-
Barstool
I-
by any leagues are listening to us, don't fucking hire us.
Dude, I would chill out to
I know you guys
Barstool.
want it, but
Oh,
no, bro.
absolutely.
If Barstool was shilling out the big bucks money, my principles would be out the window.
No, my integrity stands.
Oh, fuck you. The second
I
you
don't wanna
see that
see
No,
number of
hold on.
fucking
Don't
funny-
corrupt him.
funny-
He actually
funny
has
fat
integrity.
guy
We're just
videos on
weak-willed people who
Barstool.com.
really like money.
Sorry,
No,
gamers.
Dylan, the second you see how much money they'd pay you, you'd shut the fuck up. Don't lie to yourself.
Alright, how much money?
I don't fucking know.
All right, so let's theoretically
Alright,
say Barstool.
Pac-Man. We gotta get Pac-Man on this show, dude. We gotta get Pac-Man on this.
No, we
fucking
need
show,
Davey
dude.
Day Trader.
I would love to have him on as a guest with a bunch of fucking dumb, idiot, college white kids who know nothing
Also-
about nothing.
By the way,
Come
if you-
talk to us. Actually, that's probably who he'd probably enjoy talking to the most.
If you want to check out
Wait,
our Twitter,
did I mess up
we
Davey
have
Day
some
Trader's
fun
last
shit.
name?
What did you just tweet?
Oh, it's Portnoy. I said Pac-Man. Fuck.
You said. Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, we should get Pac-Man on.
I've been watching too much Joe Rogan there, fellas. Too much Alpha Brain.
Oh,
pills in
did
my
you-
head.
Joe Rogan.
Wait,
Oh.
did you guys? Speaking of shilling and Joe Rogan, did you hear that? No. I mean, he.
yeah, I
I'm
heard
not.
that.
I'm not personally saying he's shilling out, but a bunch of people are saying that he's sort of caved to his principles by just kind of selling his podcast to Spotify, like exclusively.
Yeah.
Like that's
Well, when
only.
you
I mean,
think-
aside from like
I don't
the
know.
clips he's gonna put on YouTube, like that's where it's coming off Apple Music. It's coming off.
Well, YouTube is censoring his shit, so like it makes sense.
Are they
in
censoring
his
it?
mind?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why he's moving in the first place. He's
Well-
not just moving to make more money. He's moving.
Yeah, but
because
he's
they're
taking it off.
censoring
He's taking it off everything except Spotify.
Yeah.
And a bunch of
He's
people.
he's
A bunch of
giving a
people.
big middle finger to YouTube.
No,
because
he got a
YouTube
really
fucking
no. He
blows
got a
cock.
no. He got a great contract. That's why he did it.
Yeah,
but a
why
bunch
wouldn't he?
no, but a bunch of people are calling him out for it because he said in the past that he like didn't like the way that Spotify treated musicians, and he's had problems with the service for a really long time, and that he's now just kind of like people are saying throwing principles out the window, and I'm like, I mean, like he is, but like, come on, you know they're waving like the biggest check in his face.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't.
And
fuck
what else
that,
did
man.
he doesn't really have much else now. Anyway, he does MMA, but when is that gonna kick up again? You know, his podcast is the big.
Bro, he should.
the big money maker for him.
I am the proponent of bring me back Fear Factor Joe.
I'm down.
Bring back Fear Factor.
Fear Factor. Speaking of good shows, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something that we all rediscovered recently because Netflix just dropped.
Not rediscovered. It's always been here.
I
just
rediscovered
wanted
it.
back.
Netflix dropped Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix.
I'm quite literally cooming in my pants.
I'm creaming my
I'm
jeans.
enjoying the show.
I finished book 1 the other day, and it's just as great as everyone says it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just always been amazing. It's just a perfect show.
Yeah, I was when we were watching it at school. When the whole class was there, we were all sitting down in buddy Joe's room, Joe and Andrew's room, watching the show. And the first couple episodes, I was like, yeah, this is kind of cute, this is kind of fun. But then when I got to the storm, I was like, yeah, this is something else. This is really good.
Yeah, it gets serious as shit.
Yeah.
It's a kid show that does not fuck around. It was like Teen Titans, The Last Airbender, and Clone Wars were like my go-to shows as a kid
Yeah.
because they were dark as shit, but they were also really
I was
funny.
that
Bro, I was
Sans
watching
Last Airbender.
SpongeBob and iCarly.
SpongeBob.
Like, fuck off.
Yeah, I actually
I
never
fucked
really
with
watched a lot.
iCarly heavy, bro.
Dude, iCarly, oh. Not gonna lie, I don't regret a single minute of watching iCarly.
Well, I watched I watched as much iCarly as I didn't actively watch it, but like my younger sister always watched it, so I was like, I was always there. I always watched all those old Nickelodeon shows, mostly because like Lauren really liked them, and I was like, I'm here. But I do have a nostalgia for iCarly, that stupid fucking show. Neville.
Never know.
Oh.
That fucking kid is drilled into my head is like what Republican children
You'll
like.
rue the day.
Like them and like the rich kids from Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't watch that.
that's another show that I really enjoyed growing up. That's like one of my favorite.
God,
that was
yeah.
like my go-to.
Cartoon Network was just the best network.
Yeah, until it wasn't.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I was like easily a Nickelodeon kid, and I'll stand by that till the day I die.
And you didn't. Well, fuck you, because you didn't even watch The Last Airbender. Nickelodeon kid, my ass.
Yeah, I watched Nickelodeon. I didn't watch the last.
He
Airbender.
probably
I
watched Korra
like, episodes
first.
of it.
Ew.
No, I didn't. I didn't. Fuck off. I watched episodes of it, but I was like 8. I don't remember it.
I like how Ryan hasn't seen the show, but he knew that was an insult.
Fuck you.
I don't know.
I mean, Korra's not bad. Korra's not bad.
Yeah, but it's not the last Airbender. Like,
It's not it's not as good, but I still really enjoy it. Plus, I just love that they made Korra gay as fuck. And then, like, people tried to make it ambiguous. They were like, it's an ambiguous ending. Like, you're not supposed to know if they're gay or not. And then, like, Michael DiMartino tweeted, like, nah, she gay. She gay as shit.
Nah, she hella gay. Shut the fuck
I was
up.
so-
Notice how Nickelodeon did that and not Disney.
Oh, God, no. Disney loves China,
Disney
and
would
China
never.
hates gays. No ghosts, no gays. That's their rule.
You gotta.
Although,
show that Chinese
because
market.
like a lot of horror movies, a lot of paranormal horror movies don't come out in China because they have like that no ghost thing. But then it always makes me curious if they like re-edit Star Wars movies and they like cut out Force ghosts.
But they cut out that gay kiss at the end of Rise of Skywalker.
Well,
Definitely.
yeah, they of course that's
It's
duh.
out. That's on the cutting room floor. The
You
minute the
think
movie
you think
releases.
Disney's gonna like actively support people who are a minority or gay?
No, of course not.
They just do it because it kind of makes money here, but then they edit it out in China.
Yeah.
Disney.
God damn it, Disney.
They are the definition of just like corporation.
Also, if you want to give us a contract, feel free.
No,
They're losing
I will
money right
shill
now,
out
so
to
that's
everyone
good.
but Disney. It is
Oh.
the only one.
Nah, they
No,
have so
my-
much money. Give it to me. I don't care. I don't.
We have some
I really
dignity,
don't.
damn it.
Disney, if you're listening, I will 100% accept the offer to put this podcast on Disney Plus. I don't speak for the rest of the group, except I do absolutely. Oh, I want to be on Disney Plus. Put me on Mickey Mouse Treehouse. I fuck with
Do you
that
want to
show.
be
Heavy.
Mickey Mouse.
It's Mickey Mouse Clubhouse,
That's not
you
even the name of
dumbass.
the show.
We could do like a
Mickey
Mickey
Mouse
Mouse,
Clubhouse.
like,
It's
treehouse
Mickey
kind of
Mouse-
thing. Like the intro would be us like
Clubhouse.
in our
Mickey
own
Mouse
like
Crack House, Trap
clubhouse.
House.
I always wish, because you know how like Cartoon Network had Adult Swim, they had their, and then they had like Nick at Night.
Well, they still do.
They had their
They
like
still- both of them.
Well, yeah, they still do. But I always wish that Disney had that sort of like late night shit, so you could get stuff like Mickey Mouse Crack House, and it's just like a commentary on just like socioeconomic problems in America. Like that's just what the
It would
shit
just
is
be
about.
those South Park Jonas Brothers episodes on repeat.
Don't you fucking talk to me like that, little piece of shit.
Get the fuck up. Get the fuck up.
Bro, I really miss like old school Cartoon Network and Adult Swim.
Well, Adult Swim, I feel like still has the potential to be great, but now they're
Yeah, Adult
they're
Swim's
like-
still good. I mean, they need to cancel Robot Chicken like right now.
Please, please. I just never found Robot Chicken funny. Like I never did.
It's not.
I'm just,
Seth
Robot
Green
Chicken
just
is-
really thinks it is.
Oh, Seth, you're irrelevant. Just accept it.
Well, no, like
God.
I look. I'm not here to bully Seth Green.
I'm here to bully Seth Green.
I'm just here to say, Seth Green, do something else. You've been doing Robot Chicken for like 15 fucking years, dude.
Call up your old buddy fucking Mike Myers and get on.
Like, dude, it is not 2003 anymore. We gotta find a new thing to do.
Oh, get it? The,
I know I just said I
the
want
cartoon
old-
says the fuck word. Get it? Dexter's Lab says the fuck word. Get it? It's funny. Laugh, please.
Dexter's Rude Removal was one of my favorite Lost episodes of anything ever.
Dexter was a good show.
No, like the whole like controversy surrounding that, like I don't even know if that was like made as a joke or not. Like if they ever intended for that to get aired, but there was just that episode where they split themselves into their good selves and their bad selves,
yeah,
and
they're
their
just
bad
cursing
selves
and
just
shit?
swear. Like the whole episode. And it's not censored.
You know what?
That's fucking hilarious.
That's a good way to teach kids.
Yeah.
Sounds like an episode of our podcast, to be honest.
Hey.
Bunch
You're
of
right,
Children yelling and
yeah.
cursing at each other.
And like
Hey, you're kind of right. Okay.
Yeah, I get it. Like, aw.
I still
Play off a little bit.
I still have memories of like I think that was where I found like a lot of, you know how like I used to watch so much Adult Swim as a kid because I would just stay up late because I got a TV in my room when I was younger.
Oh yeah, that's how I discovered King of the Hill.
Because
as a lad.
we were like cleaning out our garage one summer. I was in like 5th grade, and I remember my little sister was helping us, and then her friends came over, and she just completely ditched us. It was just me, my dad, and my mom doing it. So we ended up cleaning out the garage, and we found this like old piece of shit TV from like it seriously looked like it must have been from like 1989. It was it was an old for the time for me as like an 11-year-old. I was like what is this ancient
What is this
machine?
cryptic technology?
What is this ancient technology? And then it was just like a whole ass TV, and we had a spare cable box because my sister had moved to college, so she had a TV in her room, but she took the TV with her. And so I asked my parents, I was like, oh, can I have this TV? And they were like, fuck it, like finish cleaning the garage with us and you can have it. And I was like, nice. That was the reward I got for doing it. And I remember I set up the cable box and I would just sit on the end of my bed and watch. I remember distinctly watching like a shit ton of Toonami on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
And then like a bunch of the music videos they used to play. And that was where I found a lot of music. That was where I found Gorillaz. Was through Adult Swim. Yeah, they for whatever reason they were playing Feel Good Inc. on Adult Swim, like the music video. And I remember being like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I remember, I know I've seen a decent amount of Inuyasha just because it was on Adult Swim, but I remember nothing about it. I could not tell you what Inuyasha is about.
We want to talk about late night TV. Oh my lord, when I was like 8, I watched so much fucking Family Matters. So many episodes of Steve Urkel.
Did I do
and
that?
it scars me to this day.
I never seen an episode of Family Matters.
You're missing out.
Me neither.
Also, I watched a fuck ton of Fresh Prince.
I've only watched the Steve Urkel compilations.
I've only seen like clips from Fresh Prince. I only know the meme that is the theme song.
I've seen so much Fresh Prince. Oh my god.
I know the Carlton, the little funny Carlton dance they put in Fortnite. And that's all the God, that was the worst sentence I've ever fucking said.
He's so rich. Why don't we have no ceiling?
I'm holding a pencil right now. I'm about to give myself a fucking tracheotomy. I'm so mad that I just said that. I don't know.
Guys, John Wick?
No,
like
that's
from
the
Fortnite?
Turk from Scrubs dance.
Oh, dude. Do you remember when, back in high school, Ryan, we did theater, and I would wear, we would... Because we were such fucking pricks. For like our high school theater, we all did the stage crew, and we would all, on like one of our show nights, all wear like very classy black. We'd all wear like suit jackets and like...
I wore a tux.
Yeah, you wore a tux. I wore like a full-on like business suit. A bunch of like all the girls would get like legitimately like they would get like dresses, like full-on dresses. And we would all get really into it because we were just such fucking dorks. And I remember one year I was in all black. I had a black undershirt, a black tie, a black vest, and a black suit pants and jacket. And I came in, and one of the kids in my fucking, I think it was my engineering class, they looked at me and they went, dude, it's the guy from Fortnite. And I could feel... Like, I felt like all of my organs and my bones inside me just kind of turned into dust. Like, I just felt like a husk. I left. I remember because, like, it was my senior year, and the teacher I had just didn't care. I just left the room. I was like, they went, you're the dude from Fortnite, and I really pathetically went, yeah, and I left. I used to skip class so much. I was such an ass.
We all did. I was, yeah. I got in trouble a lot.
Did you?
I didn't skip until senior year, to be honest. Senior year just was like, whatevs. And I had an internship with the video production department at my school, but it wasn't paid, and I didn't get any work to do, so I just went to my friend's classes. So it wasn't really even an internship. It was something that prevented me from going home.
Yeah, no, oh my god, yeah, it's just...
Okay, oh my god, we were part of the theater crew.
Yeah, I briefly mentioned this last episode, but I'll let Ryan elaborate.
Jack was stage crew, I was sound, and basically what would happen was they would use us as unpaid child labor. We would come in almost every weekend for a fucking event or to do work for them, and they didn't pay us a goddamn thing. We did so much work. We even cleaned the fucking auditorium for them because they didn't have the janitors do it.
Yeah.
We had to take out the fucking trash.
But the upside to it was the thing that we got in return was that
We got out of class.
we got
a lot.
We skipped so much class, and they would come to us and they'd be like, "You can't skip class," and then we would be like, "We have to run your fucking auditorium," and then they're like, "All right."
Yeah.
It's like you have to clean that shit at least. Like at our school, they made the special ed kids do that, which is kind of fucked when you think about it.
Yeah.
Does your school have that shit with like the special ed kids are forced to make coffee?
Oh
for
my
them?
god,
we-
we had that
no.
too.
We used to-
What?
We had that too.
No. We did have stuff they always had like the special ed kids like run the school store.
It's so fucked.
Yeah, like
Oh my
to
god,
me.
for us,
I, like-
they had to put on a talent show.
We had.
That's at least good though. Like the talent show's good, but like they're literally pushing around coffee carts in school, and like if they bump into a wall or something, and if they sometimes when they're the special needs, I'm gonna tread lightly here. Especially sometimes they fucking look down, they're shy with people. Like the teachers are such bitches. They're like kicking them in the heels and shit, and like it's.
All right, we didn't
it's
have
just
like
really
actual
fucking-
child abuse at my school.
There was
often
child
do they
abuse.
get
They would
kicked
yell
in
at
the
the
wall?
kids, at the special ed kids serving
Dude,
the coffee.
you went to
like
a
it's so
what the
fucked.
fuck is wrong with New Jersey?
Dylan, how often did they go into the walls?
They fucking, I don't know. I mean, like, I only witnessed like a few times where they would either bump into a wall or into a person.
Well, no.
But one time they
Like,
bumped
this
into a
happened
wall.
multiple
I was filming something outside of my for film class in like freshman. It was either freshman year or sophomore year, and he bumped into a railing, and the teacher was like, "What the fuck is your problem? What's wrong?" And she was like yelling at him, and we were just sitting there with the camera, and like we were so like ready to just turn the camera around and record it, and we were like, "Nah, we're not. I don't want to get fucking buried by our school district. I
Yeah,
don't want that
dude.
shit to happen. I don't want to get roped into that."
I don't know. At our school, it was mostly just we didn't have like child abuse. It was just kind of like they would have the special ed kids run the school store and do stuff like that. And I distinctly remember like it. It just broke my heart more than anything because I remember one time I came in. Must have been in middle school. I walked into the cafeteria to go get lunch with a bunch of people. There was this kid in our grade. His name was also Jack, and he was like the sweetest kid in the world.
Oh, he was so nice.
He was so sweet, and like I had conversations with him. Like he's not like completely, he's not brain dead. Like the kid's, he's a functioning human being.
It's just a rewiring of the brain. Like,
Yeah,
it's not
he's
even like an illness
just
or a
he's
condition,
completely fucking normal. Like I've had conversations with this kid, and I distinctly remember one time walking into the cafeteria, and he's sitting out at the school store, and I overheard him say something along the lines of like, "I kind of just want to go in and eat with everyone else," and the teacher was like, she wasn't like being mean, but she was like, "No, but like we're running the school store," trying to like pep him up, and I was like, just let the kid go eat lunch with us. Like,
no, they're normal kids, and they're forcing them to do all this fucking grunge
They
work.
made them
Like,
Yeah,
they
it really-
clean the
citizens.
cafeteria too at my school.
They
Some
did
of
not.
them
They
at least.
didn't clean the cafeteria at my school, but it did. Like they weren't making them do like hard labor. Like running the school store wasn't really a chore, but I just felt bad because it was
ours to work. They put ours.
Oh my god.
Dylan, that's so fucking awful.
It's terrible.
This episode took such a dark turn.
No. The only thing they really did was they relegated every one of the special ed kids to the bocce ball team, which, in all fairness, seemed like they were having fun, but every one of them had to do it.
Yeah, it's a little strange, but like I don't know if it's not doing any harm, if they're enjoying it, then like who cares?
And I'm not gonna. Take
I only had a problem because I just heard this kid being like, "I just want to go in and eat lunch with everyone else," and they were like, "No, you gotta run the store," and I was like, "Ugh." I get the intent of what they're going for, but like it just kind of sucks if you like, come on. They're people.
The special
Like,
ed
what are you
kids at our
doing?
school they do sit with us when we eat, and they get made fun of by the lacrosse kids, which is also fucked in the
Oh,
head.
Jesus
Because like
Christ.
the lacrosse kids are the untouchables, and they don't get in trouble at all with the security guards or whatever. So yeah, they would just bring around the same. I think it was like one or two kids to the table, and they just make fun of them. And make them say,
That's
like,
my
it's literally like the same as like it's like the same sense of humor that they get when like you see those Instagram videos of like the parents making their kids like say curse words and shit. That's literally what they're getting them to do. They're telling them to like do gang signs and shit. One of them got in trouble. Like not the lacrosse kid who taught him how to do a gang sign. But the kid with who was part of the special ed program, he got in trouble for doing a gang sign. And it was fucking it's just it stinks. It sucks. Let's move away. I'm starting to get sad. Let's move away.
I like how it's like no more talking about sad stuff, and instead of talking about 9/11, we just talked about like the poor treatment of special ed students in schools. We really
that's the one core value of American education system is we gotta find what we're gonna do with these special ed kids because we can't throw them into a fucking asylum anymore because that's
we can't just toss people into asylums. Do we want to wait, Ryan? Do we want to segue this into the thing that we wanted to talk about?
Oh, okay.
So we've just been like Ryan and I are just dumbasses, and we're just we got takeout dinner last night. We were just sitting around the table, we were just chomping, and we just how did we come onto the topic of like
I have no idea.
We basically just started talking about like really aggressive American colonialism around the dinner table and how like the open door policy with Japan is like just one of like the funniest things that's ever happened in history.
Yawn. We need like, explanations and context here, folks.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm going to explain. So, back in like the olden days of I would say like the 1800s sort of era, you had like your Edo era Japan, you had the shogunate, and they really
good old days of slavery.
Yeah, I mean everyone here is I think at one point in time seen the history of Japan video, but the shogunate takes over. They close off the borders except for the Dutch. They really like the Dutch for some reason, and then a couple
who doesn't like the Dutch?
Couple years down the line after they've had their all right, couple years down the line, America's a little sick of this because they want to buy shit from us, and by buy shit I mean take shit.
Guys, we can go in a straight line from our West Coast.
So
trade.
Commodore Matthew Perry of Friends fame,
Chandler Bing
just kind of sailed up with a shit ton of guns and just went, hey, open your doors. And Japan was like, nah, we good, homie, we're fine. And then he just kind of held up the blicky, and he went, I'm sorry, I wasn't fucking asking. And they were like, oh yeah, come on in. Like, we just showed up and we just told them, open.
Yeah.
Chandler Bing robbed the Japanese people.
And then they took that idea of us being like super imperialist and decided, hey,
what
if we did this for ourselves? Yeah. And then they got so powerful and so good at it that they thought, hey, you see that big fucker, the one that made us open up? We can take him. And then they spat on us.
Hell yeah.
And then we, ooh,
we dropped the big blicky.
We obliterated a couple cities.
Two of those big ones.
Oh my god, dude.
And then we made them us again.
Yeah, and then they just became a super... Yeah. Then they just became super commercialist because America just sucks.
Yeah, nothing knocks sense into a country than nuking millions of civilians.
Nah, hold up. Let's not be exaggerated. It was a little around 200,000.
Tomato. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay, but in comparison to other things that happened to that war, yes, it was bad, but it wasn't 6 million.
All right. But
6 million's kind of an unrealistic number.
He was.
What 6 million are we talking about, Dylan?
Whatever. You got me. You pinned me. You pinned me to the wall here, folks. You guessed it. I'm a Holocaust denier. You got it. You hit the nail on the head. Sorry, folks. If you see Retrogrades Is Over party on Twitter, this is the context for that. This is the one clip.
We're really not getting that Disney sponsorship.
I lost our Gamer Fuel sponsorship because H3 made speaking of nukes, H3 fucking nuked our fucking podcast.
Yeah, guys.
Because we said the fuck word and retard word way too much.
Oh, by the way, wow, that video was bloated.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, look, Ryan and I tried to sit down and watch it. I'm not gonna try and like make this a YouTube drama podcast, so I'll be brief with this, but we sat down to watch, like, I would say, it was like a 48-minute video, right? Something like that.
It's almost
we got through 30.
No, we did not.
We
get through 30?
We got to 30, but that's because we were really high.
Alright, that's fair. I was thoroughly not enjoying that video. He brought up like a couple of things that I didn't know about Keemstar prior that made me go, all right, I hate him a little more now than I did before. But like for the most part, he's just talking about stuff that everyone knew about. And
well, a third of the video was dedicated to him trying to pin the death of Etika.
Yeah, the Etika
Keemstar,
thing,
which rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't make it past that, to be honest.
You guys like how he?
I thought it was
I mean,
actually
like,
pretty good. Like, the part with the Etika, you're missing the point if you see it and say he's blaming him for his death. More than he's just
saying he's
insensitive to people with mental health
that's
issues.
fair.
And he makes it a lot
No,
worse.
I'm not saying, like I said, I didn't think the video, like, subject matter was bad. I just think his editing was, and, like, it was just really repetitive and, like, derivative. Like, you know, a lot of this has been brought up before.
He tried so hard to make a content cop.
He really did.
But, oh my god.
That was the intention with the name, I thought.
No, I know, but we knew it was like a meme, because he like says content cop in the video, and it's funny. Like, that was like a fun self-awareness, but the thing about it is that, like, it just, I think, Ryan, you put it best when you were just like, you want to know what this video has, or you want to know what a content cop has that this video doesn't? Structure.
Yeah. You know,
he's like,
point, argument, example, example, example. You know, content cops. Also, haha, funny, shoot gnome with shotgun. Haha.
Yeah.
This video, oh, guess what? H3's gonna wear a helmet. Cool.
H3 killed a tiny hairy gnome with a shotgun.
Items did it before it was cool.
Yeah, I mean...
But half the shit he talked about was old news even when the fucking content cop came out.
Yeah, I would say, like, the most substantial thing he talks about is, like, all the Etika stuff, but, aside from that...
He does elaborate on the old dude pedophile thing.
Oh, yeah, where he, like, randomly accused just the one RuneScape streamer of being a pedophile.
Yeah.
For no reason.
I mean, they mention it in the content cop, but he really, like, broke it down.
Yeah, he broke it down. You know, it's overall, it's fine. I don't
like either of them, still. I still don't like Keemstar. I like Ethan a little bit less.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I still dislike both of them.
Also, guys, be careful. We don't want to bad talk Keemstar.
Oh, yeah. Well,
he has files on top of files to swing
I was gonna say we don't want to talk shit about H3 because he's like...
he's gonna talk to our sponsors?
Yeah, he's gonna talk to our sponsors.
Yeah.
Man, fuck, he's gonna get us off of Disney Plus off of Mickey Mouse's Trap House.
I'm gonna cut that. I'm so gonna cut that. I'm gonna bleep that out so hard. Alright, let's fuck. Let's keep going. I'm so stupid.
Just bleep out the name that you said.
I'm just gonna bleep that out entirely. Alright, but yeah,
Well, speaking of bloated things that probably won't be better than the original masterpiece. Zack Snyder came out to say,
dude, we are so good at segues.
Justice League Snyder Cut is happening, folks. It's coming out next year.
Yeah, guys, Snyder Cut's coming out next year on HBO Max. It's gonna be 4 hours long and fucking terrible. Dude, seriously, I was so excited. I'm so excited to talk about this because there have been so many people.
What if it's good?
Look, here's what I'm gonna say. If it's good,
yeah, Jack. What if it's
here?
good?
Let's go on the record right now. I need you all to come up with something like heinous for me to do to myself if I'm wrong. We're gonna tweet it and we're gonna pin that tweet. What do I have to do if the movie is good and I'm wrong?
Drink piss. Oh wait, drink Dylan's.
No. We're not rehashing. I need new content.
Can we tell that story?
Alright.
You see this nifty
Now that we've segued in perfectly to the topic.
It makes noise, by the way.
I like how Meehan's decided to take the time to mention this.
Yeah, use this as a cock ring.
No,
sorry.
That's not funny because I can't post evidence of that.
Sure
Bad joke.
Damn.
No, I would. All right. Am I deciding what the dare is gonna be, or do I have to tell our audience about the time that I drank down Dylan's piss?
Wait, hold on.
Tell the story.
I was not aware of this.
Tell the story.
How about we do both?
Wait, Ryan doesn't know about this?
Apparently not.
What?
Oh, Ryan, you're in for a good story, bro.
Look, this is not like the story to end all stories. This isn't like hype fiction.
Kinda is.
We were playing a truth or dare game. And it got to me, and I, being the arrogant, narcissistic prick that I am, just sat there and went, I'll do any dare. I don't skimp out on dares because I'm cool. And then someone jokingly went, drink Dylan's piss. And me, with my inflated ass fucking ego, and just 5 briefcases filled to the brim with hubris. I went, bring it. Bring me a glass. And someone went, no, dude, the guy who said it went, no, dude, I'm joking, you don't have to do it. And I went, no, you're gonna say, don't pussyfoot around it, you're gonna say shit, I'm gonna do it. And then, we mixed, it wasn't that much,
It was like
if we're
probably
being realistic.
3 or 4 droplets of it mixed with like,
Mixed with like a lot of
silly
orange juice. Orange juice. Mixed with a lot of orange juice.
A lot of orange juice and Cialis.
Don't tell him, but I put some Viagra in there too.
Yeah, dropped a little bit of
but yeah.
in there.
Oh damn, that's why I was hard all night.
It was a truth or dare bet, and I took it because I'm arrogant, and now I even have a couple of people who like still call me piss drinker to this day because I told them that story. Like, I was Snapchatting a friend of mine yesterday, and she just sent me back, like, she just called me piss drinker in the Snapchat, and I was like, I told you that story, like, 6 fucking months ago. Like, I can't. This is still being held over my head.
It's such a good
Like, she
story.
wasn't even there. I just told her the story.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, god damn it. Now let's decide what bet I have to make with the Zack Snyder cut.
Fast forward 2 weeks later, and I did the same thing.
Yeah, I got you back.
So now me and Jack
Because
are piss brothers.
you were
So there
so
we go.
guilty. You were so, yeah, we're piss brothers now.
It's probably the most autistic thing we've talked about on the show so far.
What the fuck?
We're like,
What did you guys do at college? Jesus Christ! I was not drinking people's piss at college. What kind of fucking dumb shit were you guys on?
No, you were hanging out with
nerds and getting high, and it was great. But I didn't have to drink their urine to enjoy it.
That's the
Fucking
initiation.
weirdos. I hung out with you guys too.
Yeah.
What?
Listen,
It was a
Ryan,
time.
we snuck a little bit of drops every time we gave you a beer. It was just me and Dylan in the bathroom just shaking. Just
You don't
shaking.
pierce a can.
Shaking
get
a
the
couple
fuck
of
outta
drops.
here.
This White Claw tastes a little salty today. What'd you put in there?
Oh, if it was salty, that was Dylan. That wasn't me. I didn't go that far.
Anyway.
Now let that
Let's
image
please
is
get on to the
burned
bet,
into your
goddammit. What do
retinas.
I have to do? And if I have to ingest someone's bodily fluid, I'm gonna harm you.
Start smoking again.
Please don't.
I think that is one of the funniest. Yeah, alright.
I had to
No,
deal with
no,
so
no.
much.
No!
Guys, don't
Take that back right now!
No, I like how Dylan is really challenging my arrogance right now. He's like, if you're gonna be such a prick about this, you have to get black lung if you're wrong.
Making a joke. Don't do that, please.
A dare's a
Alright,
dare, bro.
Get tased.
Fuck off, no.
I mean, I'm not opposed to that, but I don't think any of us own a taser.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I've been like,
You didn't think about that
I
part,
didn't think that
Sherlock.
deeply. I'm still rolling it
I
up
mean,
with
I've
the piss
technically
drunker
been
story.
tased before.
Dude,
it's not
big
that
stonks
bad.
in this man's head. We'll tase him with no taser.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out in a bit. We'll insert bet later. Or if we can't come up with it this episode, we'll tweet it or something like that. But, alright, well, I'll do some horrid thing to myself if I'm wrong.
Get someone in
but
the
God
comments.
damn it, do I
someone in the
su-
comments. The 5 people who watch this.
Yeah, the 5 people
Yeah.
who watch this, tell me what to do if I'm wrong. Except I'm barring ingestion of anything that is not edible or someone's body
or
fluid.
something that will give you black lung. Don't do that either.
Yeah, don't make me start smoking cigarettes again, because that's a bad idea. That would be funny as
It's a
fuck,
funny
though, because
meme,
that's
though.
just my pride. That's my pride on the line.
Zack
there. Like, I
Snyder,
have
Zack
to be
Snyder
right.
made me start smoking again.
No, but dude, this is something. I remember, and this is because I was an idiot, but when I first saw Batman v Superman, I had my doubts about it being good before I saw it because I didn't like Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I thought Man of Steel was just like really like meh. Like it wasn't terrible, but it was just kind of like really meh.
You guys like the color gray?
Yeah, I really like the color gray. So
Gotta.
hey man, I like Henry Cavill a whole hell of a lot more now, and not just because Oog Boog he fucking plays WoW. It's just because he's a good actor.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
a good actor.
Like dude, fucking the PC Master Race subreddit needs to chill the fuck out.
Well, we've known that for
They
a
think
hot minute.
Keanu and Henry Cavill are infallible human beings who can do nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong, they're really chill people, but like, Reddit treats them like gods.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. But you know, I saw Man of Steel, and I remember seeing it with my brother, and it was really funny because this was like, I guess when we saw Man of Steel, it was like before the death of like just walking into a movie and picking a seat. Like reserved seating hadn't really been a thing yet.
Really?
Yeah, it was like Man of Steel, like some of the theaters where I lived, like not every theater had incorporated reserved seating yet, because that was like what, 2013?
Yeah.
Man of Steel?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like I think like theaters had started doing it in like 2011, maybe 2010. Like, and it was like few and far between. I remember when it really became prevalent, it really pissed my dad off. Because he just didn't understand the concept. He was like, why do I have to reserve a seat? It's like, Dad, it's like going to like a concert. Like, this is not hard.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Movies aren't concerts.
To be honest, I didn't know that.
But yeah, so the theater that I saw it in at least didn't have reserved seating. So when we showed up, there was nowhere to sit. So my brother and I sat in the front row with my brother's friend. And we were sitting, oh god, dude, in the front row seeing Man of fucking Steel.
Oh,
We
God.
all left with like a massive migraine. It was so bad.
Seeing the color,
That movie
the
was
same
so-
gray pixel for 2 hours.
No, not looking at it. The fucking sound design in that movie, like, was just monstrous.
It's like 90% of Michael Shannon just screaming his head off.
I will find
Find him!
And then they fly off in their little penis rockets. Like what?
His
Dude, the
rocket
fucking
looked like a
production
penis.
design for that movie was so weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I'm gonna sound like the film major that I am for a minute, but I'll try my best not to. I'll sound like a normal human
that's
being.
Gonna happen.
No, but when I saw Man of Steel, I was like, yeah, this is whatever. And then the trailer for Batman v Superman came out, and I was like, all right, this looks fine. I was like, some of it enticed me. I was like, they're doing the Dark Knight Returns thing. That's kind of cool. But I was like, there's like a point to in the Dark Knight Returns, and like Batman and Superman are just meeting for the first time in this movie. So it's like, we'll see.
It's all well. They kill Superman in the same fucking movie, so like
Yeah,
it's all
well,
like
so-
a rush.
yeah, spoiler,
of storytelling.
I guess. I mean, I don't think anyone really cares about.
Spoiler for a movie
I don't know.
that came out like
You
what
guys-
5 years ago.
You should know that Superman's dead, especially if you've seen Suicide Squad.
Especially if you've seen Man of Steel, because wow, that movie stunk.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking
that movie
dead.
just, like, it killed Superman
Well, no,
metaphorically.
let's be real. All three movies we're talking about were terrible.
Well, no, so here's what I would say. Man of Steel, it wasn't, like, despicable.
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy myself, per se.
It could've
I
been.
saw the movie once in theaters, and then I watched it another time when it was on cable, and I was just like, fuck it. And now I feel like I have a slightly more well-rounded opinion of the movie, which is that, like, you know, like, Henry Cavill's not terrible in it. He's a little boring.
Yeah,
And then Amy Adams is fine because she's just a great actress.
she's also
Period.
boring though.
I mean, like, she doesn't get a lot to do, but, like, Amy Adams is never
I mean,
bad
it's
in
fucking
anything,
Lois
period.
Lane. I mean, like how like she's always boring in like every
Yeah.
freaking movie she's in. She's
Batman
She can
v
be
Superman, on
boring.
the other hand.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say. I was so awestruck by how terrible this movie was that I actually, like, it was like Whiplash, and I paid for another ticket to see it again in theaters because I really just, like,
You're that
didn't-
dumbfounded. I was like, oh my god.
I could not comprehend what I had seen the first time. Like, it was so monstrously terrible that I had to see it. Like, I was like, I cannot see this on some low-grade camcorder bullshit. I need to see this movie again right now so I can make sure I know exactly what was terrible and tell people not to see it.
Yeah, I did the same thing with Suicide Squad.
Dude,
I saw Suicide Squad twice in theaters.
Suicide Squad was so bad that I saw it once in theaters and I've never seen it since.
Oh,
I only watched Suicide
I enjoyed
Squad
myself
once.
watching it though because
I've
it's
seen-
so
I
bad,
was-
it's funny.
a handful of times since it came out.
I
And my
Y'all jokers
God,
must be crazy.
like ugh. Batman
Dude, Will
v
Smith plays
Superman.
Will Smith.
Batman
Fresh
v
Prince
Superman
killed
and Suicide Squad are like, see, I don't, we love being hyperbolic here, and I'm not, whatever. They're two of like some of the most like dog shit movies I've ever seen in my life. And the funniest part is no, like in terms of like movies with that kind of a budget, because this is not like Oog Boog, they just made another Transformers movie. That was like a basic lack of understanding for just like narrative, period.
Well, that's Transformers too, to be honest.
Well, Transformers 2, but that movie has the excuse of being made during a writer's strike.
It's sort of huge.
Like,
budget.
Batman v Superman is just as bad, if not worse, than Transformers 2, and it was not in the middle of a writer's strike. It was written by someone who's actually been a pretty prolific Hollywood screenwriter for a long time, and and recently co-wrote the newest Star Wars film, David S. Goyer. And the weird thing is he has co-writing credits for like the Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, like he's well, that's now leading me to believe that like David S. Goyer was kind of there to just keep everything comic book accurate, or to the extent that he could, and Christopher Nolan just wrote everything else.
Well, did he write Justice League? Did Goyer write Justice League as well?
I think he did. Let me double check.
Maybe he's just a fucking shill for ideas, and he's just like, okay, I'll just write whatever.
Here's the funny thing, actually. I never saw Justice League in theaters.
I did. It's so funny.
Well, no. So here's the thing. I actually kind of enjoy Justice League. It's like a guilty pleasure.
Well, I enjoy it for completely different reasons.
No, like I enjoy it because it's terrible, but it's not like Batman v Superman was like miserable terrible.
Boring. Yeah,
like sitting through that movie was. Ooh, it was written by. There are 9 writing credits. Hold on.
Oh no.
All right, hold on. Why are they? All right, Chris Terrio and Joss Whedon, and Joss Whedon did rewrites.
Ugh. I'm not the biggest fan of Joss Whedon, to be honest, though.
And Chris Terrio and Zack Snyder did the story.
I feel like the Avengers was lightning in a bottle for Joss, to be honest, and Buffy. Buffy was kind of like half.
No,
good,
you
half
can't.
bad,
You can't call 2 things lightning in a bottle. He has like, he's a little. He's talented.
Sure you can.
And I don't think
M. Night Shyamalan.
I don't think. Here's the thing, though. I think Joss Whedon just keeps getting thrown into really piss poor situations. Like Age of Ultron was just because they were like, he didn't want to. It was a Sam Raimi sort of thing. He did not want to do Ultron and did not care about the villain of Ultron, and he clearly didn't understand the character of Ultron, which is why he cast James Spader to be like just robot Tony Stark and like make quips.
Yeah,
like
was so
that's what Joss Whedon's like.
Disappointing.
The problem is Kevin Feige, or I have to assume Kevin Feige. I don't know for a fact. They really wanted to take the story in a bit of a darker direction, to take it more where they wanted it to end up. Getting it.
No, they just wanted to set up more movies. There's so much like.
Well, no, but I do think that the studio wanted more of a darker turn because, I think Kevin Feige at one point said that every movie in that Phase 2 sort of era of movies was like, every single movie a character loses a hand as a reference to Empire Strikes Back. Like that was how he kind of treated Phase 2. Like some of the movies were a little darker tone, and I don't that doesn't fit Joss.
Well,
Whedon.
I thought Whedon wanted the movie to be darker. Because he wanted to kill Hawkeye in the original version of it. Like that's what instead of Quicksilver dying.
They should have.
You did not see
Why
that.
didn't they?
You did not see that coming. Because no one wanted to hear Aaron Taylor Johnson's terrible Russian accent for the next couple of movies.
Yeah, same with Elizabeth Olsen. That's why like it's slowly.
And don't get me wrong,
phased
I actually
out
love
every
Aaron
movie
Taylor
she's
Johnson
been
as an
in.
actor. I think he's great. But he's so fucking awful in that movie. Age of Ultron is so shit.
Also, can we just talk about like how talented the Russo brothers are?
Yeah.
They saved that shit.
They went from writing comedy on like Arrested Development and Community.
Yeah, really.
To making like some of the most
the most
love or hate Marvel, the most influential movies of our generation.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't.
The best-selling movie of all time.
Yeah. I'm gonna say not the most influential. I'm gonna say the most prolific.
Currently, yes, they are. Why wouldn't they be? They tried to make Star Wars that. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, they really did try to make Star Wars.
Yeah, no, they're.
I don't want to talk about Star Wars. I'm sorry. That like I will talk about DC because DC is actually attempting to make a comeback. you know, they're trying their damnedest, and Marvel's probably always going to keep the general Marvel quality, even if I don't love everything they put out.
Yeah.
Unless you're Ant-Man and the Wasp, in that case, you're just absolute dog shit.
I
I don't know
wasn't
if that's
dog
an
shit,
I
it
don't know
was
if that's
just
an
boring.
unpopular opinion. I fucking hate that movie.
It was just boring. Like,
It was boring for me. I
it
fell
wasn't
asleep.
that bad. It was just
Michelle
boring.
Michelle Pfeiffer looked like she was on like ayahuasca. Like she had no idea where
Yeah.
she was.
They put her. They
she
gave her peyote and threw her in a green
literally
screen.
does not look like she knows what movie she's in.
Yeah. No, that's what Gwyneth Paltrow is in every single one of her movies. Like she was like, I was in the Spider-Man one, and Jon Favreau was like, yeah, you were in that one, and she's like, oh shit, really? What?
Yeah, she's in it.
But that's because she's
seconds.
Gwyneth Paltrow though.
Well,
so,
she's also in that movie for like 4 seconds, and they probably filmed it like that was probably one of the first things they shot.
Yeah, that's true
Gwyneth
too.
Paltrow's a fucking weirdo.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
But yeah, this Snyder Cut shit is just so interesting to me because it's like completely like unprecedented.
Well, the
to be
Snyder Cut
honest.
thing too is it's all right.
It's a completely different story from what we got.
Alright.
Darkseid's supposed to be in it, and Green Lantern apparently, and Martian Manhunter apparently.
Who plays Green
A bunch of other
Lantern?
Yeah. If it's not Idris Elba, then they did it wrong. If Idris Elba isn't
If it's
John...
not Ryan Reynolds, I don't want it.
Fuck off, dude. Sorry, I really... Ryan Reynolds is not that funny. And it irritates me so much.
Not a Van Wilder fan?
I mean, Van Wilder was fine, but like, you know...
Deadpool?
Like, the first Deadpool I like... The second Deadpool is like, just kind of more of the same, and it gets annoying.
Yeah.
And then Detective Pikachu, he's just Deadpool!
Yeah,
But he's just Pikachu!
Pikachu Deadpool.
You know what he was in Green Lantern?
Deadpool!
Yeah.
He just, like, you know, I'm glad that Ryan Reynolds has really found his place with this character, but for fuck's sake.
Well, that was a joke in fucking Deadpool too. He kills himself right before Green
Yeah, but
Lantern.
just
He's
because
like,
you're
wow, the script is cool, and then he shoots himself in the head.
Just
As
because...
Deadpool.
Self-aware.
So, just because, like, alright, this is a problem with, like, our fucking culture. I would say that this has become a relatively new thing, where just because you're garbage, but you put in a joke acknowledging that you're garbage, that doesn't make you not garbage, that just makes you willingly participating in it.
I thought you were gonna say that we're all brand hungry now because Deadpool is like taken off as like a brand. Everyone's trying to be Deadpool now. They tried to be Deadpool with
I
Harley
know.
Quinn. They tried to be Deadpool with the fucking with Beetlejuice the musical, which I really like by the way. The Beetlejuice musical, the songs and all that shit.
I've
I heard
never
it was.
actually...
I heard it was really, really good.
But it's basically
I've never
Deadpool the musical. Beetlejuice acts like Deadpool through that entire musical. He's like breaking the fourth wall.
Okay,
And all that
Yeah,
shit,
but
so.
I don't know. Beetlejuice kind of acted like Deadpool to begin with, just because it's the sort of nature of like a character who just kind of knows more than he's letting on, and he's very
Yeah.
self-aware.
It's more apparent with the
let's-
Harley
like
Quinn
Michael
stuff,
Keaton's
to be
Hold up.
honest, though.
Let's take a step back here. Deadpool is more like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, honestly. Well,
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
yeah,
he
no,
is.
Well,
Yeah,
what
he
came
is.
first in the comics? What came first? Did Deadpool come first, or did Beetlejuice comics come first?
when was Deadpool created? Let's find out.
Because Beetlejuice was
when
what, like
was-
1984, 85?
Someone else fact check that for me. I'm doing Deadpool research. Not the movie, you idiot.
Deadpool the movie? I'll do Beetlejuice.
February 1991 was his first comic book appearance.
Really? Well, that's definitely. Well, Beetlejuice was
Yeah,
80s, so we
that's
already know
post
the
that's
answer
post
to it.
Beetlejuice. So yeah,
Wow,
Deadpool.
Wow, Marvel really ripping off fucking Beetlejuice there. Which, you know, guess who played Beetlejuice? Freaking Michael
Vulture.
Keaton, who also played Batman. Marvel ripping off DC once again.
And also played
Wow.
Vulture, and also played Birdman. But honestly,
uninspired.
I like the direction that DC's taking currently. Like Aquaman.
Well, it could be undermined with this Snyder Cut. Everyone could be like, wow, this is
Okay,
really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Why is this guy from Twilight playing Batman now? Why
Also,
can't we have more Batfleck?
This sets a really weird precedent that if like there's a bad movie, that studios may just release a different
Sonic.
No,
It's no.
But
It's
no,
not-
no. If you have like a director leave, there's gonna be people that want them to release the director's cut of
Well,
a director.
people want
that
an
left.
Ayer cut now, too, of Suicide Squad. They
Dude,
want a David
who
Ayer version.
cares? David Ayer
right?
and Zack Snyder have both proved that they cannot make good movies. What? Zack Snyder made 300. What else? Sucker Punch was awful.
Dawn of the Dead.
That Dawn of the Dead is shit.
Oh fuck off! That movie's fun.
Ty Burrell
movie
is so
then.
fucking annoying
It's so
in that
funny.
movie.
That
Also,
movie's fun.
that
Fuck
movie.
off.
Hold on. That movie takes. All right. This is actually something funny I like about the movie. That the movie takes place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then at the end they get on a boat to a tropical island. Like what the in the fucking like. Milwaukee, the great Milwaukee lake. Like what the fuck? There's a big old island in the center of it, and it's got palm trees, and there's a shit ton of zombies on it. I don't know. Zack Snyder, at least in recent years, I'll reword myself, has just made absolute shit.
I don't watch
like
movies.
the problem with the Batman v Superman movie was that like the studio said they gave him so much creative control, and he just made a terrible movie.
It was like a Last Airbender situation with Shyamalan.
And I do want to acknowledge real quick, because I feel like I might get flack for this. Like, you know, I understand what happened to him and his family was really awful.
Yeah.
Like, you know, his daughter taking her own life is like, that was just, it was terrible. And I cannot joke about that. That's just like a shitty thing. However, I will say that just because, like, you know, a director experiences a great tragedy in its life and it sucks for them, it doesn't make their movies better. Batman v Superman's still shit.
Yeah.
And I'm
Justice
sure
League is still
this 4-hour-long cut of Justice League is gonna be terrible to sit through.
I don't know. Nirvana's
Yeah.
still pretty popular.
Well,
Sorry.
Do you not like? You're not a Nirvana fan?
No, it's not that I dislike Nirvana, but God, they would not be nearly as popular as they were if that fucker did not die quick.
That's a death. I feel like deaths always make a greater impression with artists. I'm just saying.
What happened to Zack Snyder's family? There was a death.
Well, I'm saying the death of the the death of the author, like that sort
Death
of
of a
that
child.
that
Death
brings
of a child
more of an
even.
impact. Like like most famous artists didn't really become famous until after their death.
Yeah.
Most famous historical painters, at least.
I mean, sure.
I'm just saying it was a terrible thing that happened to him. But Batman v Superman is still a dog shit movie. That's all I'm gonna say. And this Justice League cut is gonna be, probably just as bad. And if I'm wrong, I'll do something heinous to myself. But as of right now, I'm not gonna let up. And I don't care about the stupid fucking David Ayer cut of Suicide Squad. I don't think that's gonna redeem the movie either. I think that
They're not gonna do. They're not. I don't even think they're gonna make that. To be honest, that movie came out like 4 years ago. They're not gonna do that.
2016, yeah.
It's just
What a
goes to
good
show how
year.
rabid and toxic the DC fandom is. Really.
It's just it's just dumb people on the internet.
Yeah.
It's,
DC fans
it's not
fucking
new.
stink. They really do.
Yeah, they're really. Yeah, and you got some stinky Marvel fans too. Don't get me wrong.
Well, every fandom, it's like as a famous
Rabid fan bases are stinky.
A famous
There's my
Aaron
hot
Eckhart
take.
once said, "You die a hero, or you live long enough to become a villain," and that's what these franchise fandoms turn into after a while. It just turns into toxic, misogynistic, racist pieces of shit. Like, oh, Black Panther. Oh, why you make a black movie? Why you make a woman movie? Like, it turns into that after a while. After 20 years, the cracks start to show.
Yeah. Like all the people who are, and it keeps happening. Like in the, I actually was just watching a bit of the new Scooby-Doo movie that just came out, the new animated one with my niece. She wanted to watch it. I didn't finish it, but it's funny. It definitely has some really funny jokes in it, but it's just like a kids movie for the most part.
Yeah.
It's got some, like characters dab and it hurts. But aside from that, they do have some fun jokes for adults. That's like that.
Yeah.
My sister and I were laughing pretty hard. But, I completely forgot what I was saying. Well, why did I bring up that movie? Because Velma. Velma in that movie is played by Gina Rodriguez, and they make Velma, they make her Hispanic. And people just got really mad about that, and I was like, why the fuck do you care?
Yeah.
Like, what harm is being done?
It's not a personal attack. Like, the same thing happened when Michael B. Jordan became...
got cast as Johnny
guy.
Storm.
Yeah,
he got cast as
that
Johnny
guy.
Storm. And everyone freaked the fuck out. And it's like, who cares?
Michael Cera got cast as Shaft.
Michael Cera got cast as Shaft. That Donald Glover bit is so good. Kill him, he's black! Alright, if Donald Glover's gonna play Spider-Man, then why don't we have Michael Cera play Shaft?
That's funny.
Then they made the new Shaft movie.
and it stunk.
I did not see it.
I did not see it. I was working in a movie theater when it came out, and I did not see it.
Shaft Generations.
Like, I literally could have seen it for free, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Look, bad movies come out all the time.
And some of them can be really funny, and I love watching them.
Yeah. And when it comes to toxic fan bases, I hope that ours doesn't become rabid when we get a fan base. And
What
on that
fan
note,
base?
this is a good place to end the show. I've been your host, Killer Keemstar, and have a good one.
Adios.
Oh, what? What's going on?
Andrew, you still here with us?
The fuck? Oh, my bad, yo. I see.
We're
you
ending
later.
the podcast, buddy. Yeah, it's over now.
Well, you guys are talking about like
take a
movies
nappy?
and shit. I didn't really know like anything what you guys are talking about.